What's up guys, welcome back to Createx 3D. Tonight I want to go over 3D printing. And then of course afterwards we'll get some crawling footage as well. And as always, there are timestamps down below for you guys to watch exactly the kind of content that you want to see. Tonight I want to give a few helpful tips on improving the quality of your guys' 3D prints for RC crawling. And these are also simple tricks, so I mean, you guys may already know these things and maybe I'm wasting your time, who knows, but I just want to show you guys anyways. The quality of your print is going to determine on the type of machine you're using, the filament, and how you orient your part. For instance, we use the X1 carbon from Bamboo Labs. It does an amazing job. It can do the AMS system, which is automatic material system, and it can switch between different filaments. Anyways, getting away from the main subject. When we print our RC bodies, we always print it standing straight up like that. Now this takes more material with support material, and it takes more time to print. However, it produces a much better finish than if, say, I went ahead and printed it the easier way, the one that takes less time, and print it like this. So, say this is our part. We have a part that has an angled surface, like that. Okay, just like that. In reality, if you place this model flat on this datum right here, on the build plate, it will not look nice and round like this when it 3D prints, because when it prints, it's printing layer by layer. So when a 3D printer lays down that bead of plastic, it's essentially going like this. Very fine, but it's going like that, like that, like that, and like that, and so on and so forth, until eventually you get a general shape of what your initial model looks like. There's ways to change this. The best way, the simplest way really, is to change the layer height. Not familiar with layer height. Layer height is pretty self-explanatory. Layer height is the thickness or the height of each layer being printed. So for here, let's say we're doing a 0.2 millimeter layer height. We switch it down to a 0.08, which is what we can do on our bamboo. You're gonna get something more like this. Very fine. And it'll just keep going. It'll just keep going and it'll look a little bit more smooth. No matter what, it will never look as smooth as it would oriented a different way, if possible, if your model would allow it. Now, if your model permits it, you can go ahead and reorient this a different way that would allow it to be smooth. Because in reality, when you 3D print something, if say you have like a 3D object, let's go ahead and do, say you have a rectangular model. This is very bad drawing, but it doesn't really need to be great. So you have a rectangular model. When it 3D prints walls going straight up, it actually looks really smooth. And here, let me give you an example real quick. And this is in the printer. We stand it up just like this. Now we can go ahead and do this, and it'll come out even better when it irons it out. However, then these holes, yeah, if you can see it, these holes right here would not be perfectly circular. Now, whenever you 3D print something like that laying down, the diameters will be warped. They won't be circular, they'll be oval. We'll get into that at a different time. But this is standing straight up like this, and that's why this surface looks great. Now this is a very simple part. This is just a straight wall. We have a model being printed right now for you guys to show you the difference in quality and different orientations. This is actually the little test piece that I made. This has a curved surface, a little wave-like feature with engraving. And as you can see, like I was saying, when you lay model a certain way, sometimes with 3D surfaces, it's going to come out like this. It's going to come out steppy, you know. But then when you set it on its side like this, it comes out way better. It may take a little longer, but the results are worth it for sure. Another good example of this would be to use our current Prowler body. We go ahead and we lay it straight up and down in the machine, like I was saying. It would take way less time and material to go ahead and print it laying down like this. But then you get these layer lines here, and yeah, you can sand them out pretty well, but then you risk removing this contour line of the hood, so that it's not the best option. And then you just print it like this. It may take a lot longer and take more material costs, but it does come out a lot smoother. Also, just as a reference, guys, this is all the 3D printing I've been doing for the Prowler kit for about a year now. It took us about a year to get the final plates within the bamboo slicer generated and ready. And so right now we utilize plates 3 and plates 5 for printing them for customers right now. I believe at one point we had about 30, 35 plates in total in here after messing with things. And that's not including separate files as well to get us to that point. And I'm 100% expecting the next crazy build to take about the same amount of time, if not longer. Hopefully it won't take as long really because we've done it once, so maybe it'll be easier this time. All right guys, so this is the piece, the little test piece that we made with it laying flat down. And yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, right here where the decline actually goes down to this little edge, it does look better, but overall all the other, all the rest of the surface is pretty rough. Then you compare it to this guy, which is standing straight up like this, and it's just night and day difference. Yeah, it's super smooth, it's nice, looks good, and yeah, it just looks awesome. Obviously, there's gonna be some models where you can't do that, and you're gonna have to, you know, mess around with it, or you're not gonna be able to do it at all, and you're gonna have to sand it. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more work to look at your model and really visualize different ways to orient it. Or if you're making your own models, which I would highly recommend doing, then you can go ahead and base your design off of oriented the right way so that way you can print it looking better. Tonight I'm going to do a little something different. We're going to go head to head between the Prowler and our Ultra 4 buggy build. This guy, who does not have as low a center of gravity as our Prowler build, is going to follow the Prowler and see if it can handle what the Prowler can handle. Which I don't know if you guys saw from another previous YouTube short, but this guy is also 3D printed except for the links and all that stuff. Whereas, you know, the Prowler is pretty much practically all 3D printed other than, you know, axles and, you know, electronics. well matched dry. That is a wrap, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I just want to do something a little different tonight and wanted to show you some helpful tips that have helped me and would have helped me in the beginning and saved me a lot of heartache and trouble from the get-go. If you guys have any questions at all about 3D printing or about the RC kit or about just RC or 3D printing in general, just go ahead and leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you to my current subscribers. And if you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw. If not, no worries. And have a great night. Thanks.